Here now in week 2 with Baker University head football coach Mike Grossner. Coach, in an impressive 36-13 week 1 win against Grandview. Now you turn the tide over to Culver Stockton, team that put up 41 points on a strong Mid-America team. Let's talk about Culver and what do you expect to see on Saturday?
Yeah, you look at that box score, and you know, Mid-America is a very good football team, and you just kind of look at it and say, what happened in that game, until you turn on the film and you kind of watch the ebb and flow of it. Early on, Mid-America scored, and then Culver jumped right back with a kick return for a touchdown, and then it was kind of a shootout at the OK Corral with Mid-America keeping a good lead, you know, throughout. But what impressed me was Culver's committed to throwing the football, and they're dropping back, and they've got some weapons at the wideout position, and they, for the most part, protected their quarterback enough that he got the ball out and they made some plays. So it's going to be a good challenge for our secondary. I think it's going to be a good matchup for us. You know, I'd like to see what our pass rush looks like, bring in 4, and see if we can pressure the quarterback. If we're able to do that, our secondary and linebackers can play the pass pretty good. And you know, I'm anticipating the ball in the air quite a bit at Liston from both squads, and it's going to probably be a long afternoon.
That's what I was going to say. This game will probably take about 4 hours.
Yeah, you know, last week we made it 3 hours with 18 penalties on our side and 12 on the other. That was one of those first games that I haven't experienced that in a long time, where the flag was on the ground 30 times. But you know, hopefully that's one area this week that we clean up. Our guys are very aware of how that hurt us in the first half last week. Even though we scored points, we could have made it easy on ourselves and kept drives going without the big mistakes. The one thing, you look into that number of flags on yourself, and how did our guys adapt to it? We converted a lot of big, long yardage first downs. So we were sitting in 1st and 20, and all of a sudden we'd pick up that first down and keep the drive alive. So that's the only positive I take out of that.
This past week, Logan Bertell was named the Hart Offensive Player of the Week, and your offense put up some big numbers, over 400 yards, etc. You know, what do you hope your offense continues to do well this week?
I thought Logan played outstanding for a first start, from a standpoint, hey, he earned the job in the off season, and it's his team to lead. I thought leading up to the game, his leadership skills and qualities came out in camp. I did a great job preparing our offense, and then he went out and proved it. You know, that's a sign of a great leader is, okay, yeah, you know, everything's expected upon you, and you want to protect the football and do everything right for the offense so we can succeed. But he went out and did it. You know, he did it with his legs, scoring 3 touchdowns, and then I thought he only had 1 ball that he missed all day out of 44 throws. And you know, he just seemed to had a feel for that ball game, and it was a big ball game. I mean, there was a lot of emotion going on with the penalties against our offense. He could have got frustrated, and he didn't. He got us back at the line of scrimmage and made another play, and I'm excited to watch him mature as a starting quarterback this year, and I think you're going to see some great things continue week to week with him.
It's been an interesting matchup with Culver. You know, 2 years ago we fell to them 38-24 at home. Then last year we beat them 58-0. You know, how do you hope the team approaches Culver this Saturday, with, you know, the fact that that's happened the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think that's still fresh in their minds. The guys that were here, half our football team, they realize that if we don't do our thing and come out and play to our level, they're going to beat us. And I thought they went out last year and went on the road and took care of business well. And they understand the repercussions of a loss to anybody. And I anticipate our guys will be ready to go and play well.
Coach, you had a good friend and football alum in town yesterday in Baldwin City. Tell us about last night.
Yeah, it was neat. Mike McCarthy got a hold of me. Green Bay's in town tonight playing the Chiefs, and he touched base and kind of asked, how's your schedule, what's going on? And the beauty was he wanted to pop down as soon as he got here. They got to the hotel, you know, and he wanted to come down and meet some people and some board members and different things, and you know, he hadn't been down in a while, so he wanted to see campus and see the changes and just get together, and it was a real good time. I surprised a lot of people. We didn't tell a lot of people, but I got a few of his old buddies out. Dan Harris, his old coach, and but one neat little, he came by the house, and my little one knew he was coming, so you should have seen the look on his face when he pulled up. But what was really cool was my middle son pulls up after football practice, and we were inside just talking and conversing, and Mike was in my big chair, and my kid walked in with his buddy, and the look on their faces was priceless. And you know, if you know Mike McCarthy, he's very good with people, and you know, we took some great photos, and you know, then went down and met some people in some of the town, found out he was in, and came through, and he's so gracious with everybody, and ended up being a very special night. I know there's a lot of Baker people headed to the stadium tonight, and Mike has set them up nicely, you know, on the field with some field passes and some great seats, and it's going to be a big Baker welcoming back for Mike, and so it's just neat that they can come down. It's more, you know, a preseason game, so a little less stress, and it enabled him to come back, and you know, this is kind of his second home, and when you hear him talk about Baker University and what it meant to him, and it came out last night quite a bit, this is a special place in his heart.
Well, thank you, Coach. Really great to hear Coach McCarthy back on campus, and good luck to you and number 5 ranked Wildcats this Saturday.
All right, we'll keep it rolling.